Lovely. So I think we're on our way. So ladies and gentlemen, could I please ask you to stand for the entrance of the bridal party? Well, good afternoon everyone, and welcome to this celebration of marriage here at Trevenna, with a very special welcome to our bride Kirsty and our groom Ashley. I'd first of all like to introduce you to my colleague Bridget Moody, and Bridget will be recording the details of today's ceremony in the marriage register, where there will be a lasting record of Ashley and Kirsty's marriage. My name is Sue Poole, and it's my pleasure and privilege to be officiating for you here today. I will begin the ceremony by telling you that this place in which we are now met has been duly sanctioned according to law for the celebration of marriages. On behalf of Ashley and Kirsty, I would like to welcome you all here on this their very special day. I know it means a great deal to them that you can be here today to share in their happiness on the occasion of their marriage. Marriage means making a commitment to developing cooperation, friendship and mutual respect. It calls for honesty, patience and of course humour, and of course the odd tear, so that's all right. A good marriage is where each partner cares for the other and supports them in all that they do. It also requires closeness and distance. Closeness of a couple growing together, and enough distance to allow each partner to be an individual. A good partner in such a marriage will be loving, caring, and above all a best friend. It is in this spirit that Ashley and Kirsty are now before us. In each other's company they have found happiness, fulfilment, and love, and they now wish to affirm their relationship with this marriage. So I just need to check I'm at the right wedding. So Ashley, may I have your full name please?
Ashley Gray.
Thank you. And Kirsty, may I have your full name please?
Kirsty Alice Davidson.
Thank you. If any person here present knows of any lawful impediment to this marriage, they should declare it now. Coughs don't count. Before you are joined in matrimony, I am required by law to remind you of the solemn and binding character of the vows you are about to make. Marriage, according to the law of this country, is the union of two people voluntarily entered into for life to the exclusion of all others. But more than this, marriage is a relationship based on love and trust, encouragement and support, and the sharing of joy and laughter. So now I am going to ask each of you in turn to make the legal declaration that you know of no lawful reason why you should not be married to each other. And Ashley, you get to go first. Is that all right?
Yeah.
I'm just going to ask you to just make sure you're under the covers, just to make sure. That's it. Lovely. Thank you. All right. So would you please repeat after me? I'll just do it in little bits, okay? Yeah. I declare that I know of no legal reason why I, Ashley Gray, may not be joined in marriage to Kirsty Alice Davidson. Kirsty, your turn.
Okay.
All right, would you please repeat after me? I declare that I know of no legal reason why I, Kirsty Alice Davidson, may not be joined in marriage to Ashley Gray. Christopher, you have been stood there very quietly, very patiently.
I'm like that.
Yeah. I do have a very important question for you though. Do you wish to give the hand of your daughter Kirsty in marriage to Ashley?
I do.
You do? Brilliant, lovely. Okay, would you like to take your seat then? Thank you. Gentlemen, would you like to take your seat as well? Yeah. All right, you're on your own now, you two.
This wasn't in the...
Well, I'll tell you what, why don't you have a little seat, because we've got a reading and then you can do that. Yeah?
Thank you.
So we've now got our first reading from Lena. So Lena, would you like to come forward? All right.
Good luck.
You have known each other from the first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point, you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, indeed, you have been making promises and agreements in an informal way. All those conversations that were held riding in a car, over a meal, or during long walks, all those sentences that began with, when we're married, and continued with, I will, and you will, and we will. All those late night talks that included someday, somehow, and maybe. All those promises that unspoken matters of the heart. These are the common things that are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows that you are about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know all those promises and hopes and dreams, well I meant it all, every word. Look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you have been many things to one another, acquaintance, lover, dancing partner, and even teacher. You have learnt much from one another in these last few years. Now you shall say a few words that take you across the threshold of life, and things will quite never be the same. For after these vows, you shall say to the world, this is my husband, this is my wife.
Lena, thank you, that was beautiful. Thank you very much. Just make sure you're in. Okay. Now the solemn moment has come for these two persons to contract their marriage before you, their witnesses. The exchange of marriage vows in the presence of witnesses forms part of a long tradition of marriage in this country. Ashley and Kirsty, you have gathered about you those whom you love the most. You invited them here to receive their encouragement and to support and to celebrate with you at this very special time. Now Ashley, that rather long question I'm going to ask you, and if you just say I will at the end, all right? I ask you now, Ashley, will you take Kirsty to be your wife? Will you comfort her in life's sorrow and pain? Will you rejoice with her through the good times? And will you remain true to her for the rest of your lives together?
I will.
And Kirsty, the same question to you. I ask you now, Kirsty, will you take Ashley to be your husband? Will you comfort him in life's sorrow and pain? Will you rejoice with him through the good times? And will you remain true to him for the rest of your lives together?
I will.
Ashley and Kirsty, You are about to make the most trusting and absolute commitment that any one person can make to another. You are about to put your love, your life, and your future happiness into each other's keeping. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're able, could I please ask you to stand for this very special part of the ceremony? Would you two like to turn and look at each other? You can hold hands if you like. You ready for this, Ashley?
Yeah.
So would you please repeat after me to Kirsty? I call upon these persons here present
I call upon these persons here present
to witness that I, Ashley Gray,
to witness that I, Ashley Gray,
do take thee, Kirsty Alice Davidson,
do take thee, I, Kirsty Alice Davidson,
to be my lawful wedded wife.
to be my lawful wedded wife.
I take you, Kirsty,
I take you, Kirsty,
to be my best friend,
to be my best friend,
my faithful partner,
my faithful partner,
and my one true love.
and my one true love.
I promise to encourage you
I promise to encourage you
and inspire you
and inspire you
and to love you truly
and to love you truly
through good times and bad.
through good times and bad.
I will forever be there to laugh with you
I will forever be there to laugh with you
and lift you up
and lift you up
when you are down,
when you are down,
and love you unconditionally
and to love you unconditionally
through all our adventures in life together.
through all our adventures in life together.
Brilliant. Kirsty, your turn. Okay. Would you please repeat after me to Ashley? I call upon these persons here present
I call upon these persons here present
to witness that I, Kirsty Alice Davidson,
to witness that I, Kirsty Alice Davidson,
do take thee, Ashley Gray,
do take thee, Ashley Gray,
to be my lawful wedded husband.
to be my lawful wedded husband.
I take you, Ashley,
I take you, Ashley,
to be my best friend,
to be my best friend,
my faithful partner,
my faithful partner,
and my one true love.
and my one true love.
I promise to encourage you
I promise to encourage you
and inspire you
and inspire you
and to love you truly
and to love you truly
through good times and bad.
through good times and bad.
I will forever be there to laugh with you
Sorry. I will forever be there to laugh with you
and lift you up when you're down
and lift you up when you are down
and love you unconditionally
and love you unconditionally
through all our adventures in life together.
through all our adventures in life together.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you like to take your seats again? Thank you. We're now going to continue the ceremony with the exchange of wedding rings. And the wedding ring is the ancient and traditional way of sealing the contract that you both just made. It is an unbroken circle which symbolises unending and everlasting love and is the outward sign of the lifelong promise you've just made to each other. So Glenn, would you like to come forward and join me? Can you come here?
Yep.
Have you got the rings?
I have.
Brilliant. Would you like to open the box? So first of all, could we have the ring that Ashley's going to give to Kirsty?
Yep.
Alright, like to present that to... Okay. So would you like to place that on the end of the third finger left hand and then just hold it there as you say these words after me. Kirsty, I give you this ring
Kirsty, I'll give you this ring
as a reminder
as a reminder
that I will love, honour and cherish you
that I will love and honour and cherish you
in all times,
In
in
all-
all places
in all times, in all places,
and in all ways forever.
and always forever.
Okay. You carefully put the ring up the finger.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well done. Glenn, get another ring.
There it is.
Would like to present that one?
Thank you.
That's it. Just hold it there as you say these words after me. Ashley, I give you this ring
Ashley, I give you this ring
as a reminder
as a reminder
that I will love, honour and cherish you
that I will love, honour and cherish you
in all times, in all places
in all times, in all places,
and in all ways forever.
and in all ways forever.
And you can carefully slide the ring up the finger. Brilliant, well done. Thank you, Glenn.
Thank you.
Very much. Would you like to have another seat again?
Lovely, thank you.
Because we've now got another reading from Sharon. Sharon, thank you.
Today is a very special day, for it is the day you start another chapter in your book of life. As parents, we always know that one day our children will grow to need much more than we can offer. Now that day has finally arrived, and you have both found the special person with whom you want to share your love and your life. Someone who can make the sunshine in your heart even on the cloudiest of days, and someone who will fill the next chapter in your life with happiness beyond your dreams. Live the life you believe in, and you will have everything you need to reach those dreams. Just look into your hearts and you will find the strength in each other that will make each new challenge easier to face together. The close friends and family sharing this day with you all have memories very precious and personal to each of them, but would only ask this of both of you. Always give the best of yourselves to each other and ask no more than you can give. Accept one another for the way that you are. You fell in love with the qualities and abilities and the outlook on life that you both have. Don't try to change them. Share your time, your close attention, and bring joy, strength, and imagination into your relationship. Grow along with each other. Be willing to face changes as you both change in order to keep your relationship alive and exciting. And most importantly, love each other in good times and in bad, in the only way you know how, completely and forever.
Sharon, thank you for that. That's beautiful. Well, Ashley and Kirsty, you have both made the declarations prescribed by law and have made a solemn and binding contract with each other in the presence of your family, your friends, and before Bridget and before me. You have further given and received your rings as a token of your commitment to each other and to your future life together. Your marriage ceremony today has given your family and your friends the opportunity to come together to help celebrate your happiness. As you look back on today in the years to come, may you both remember the love that you felt and the commitment you made. Today we all share in that happiness as you become husband and wife, and we give you our very best wishes for your future life together. Ashley and Kirsty, it is now my very great pleasure to announce that you are husband and wife, and Ashley, you may kiss your bride. Well done.
Ashley, Kirsty, I'd like to say congratulations to both of you. Before we let you escape, I'm going to present you with a very important piece of paper. Now, everyone will have noticed that all the way through this, the groom goes first. Well, things are going to change from now on because this is handed to the bride. It's traditional to give the paperwork to the bride. So, there we go.
That's what I would have done.
Congratulations from me as well. Congratulations, well done. But the only thing is, you haven't got any pockets, have you?
No.
Now, have you got anybody nearby you can trust with it?
It's a good start, isn't it?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, all that remains for me to say is congratulations to the happy couple on behalf of all of us. Bridget and I hope you have a fantastic day and enjoy your celebrations. Could I now please ask you to stand for Ashley and Kirsty, and Mr. and Mrs. Gray, and throw your confetti at ready.
boys and girls, I know you'll be sick of this bell by the end of today. I do apologise.
We love your bell.
At least someone does, eh? When Kirsty told me I was going to be the MC, my dad was a bit worried, because obviously he knows a thing or two about it, but it's modern day now, Dad. Wagwan. Things have changed, rude boy. Hey? But no, on a serious note, I was a little bit disappointed because I wanted one of the earpieces. That's what I wanted. I want to be a part of the team with Sam and, you know, I've seen Wedding Planner, J-Lo and all that. I thought, that's me today. They ain't quite worked out. I think they thought, we'll give the special boy a bell. He'll be happy. But no, it's been an honour to be part of your day, and I've still got a few bits left to do. One thing I'll just quickly say, that really complicated camera, the white one, that shoots photos out, that one, take them sparingly and use them to put in the book, if you didn't know that already. Cool? Sweet, happy days. Now, serious part. Can you all pray silence for the father of the bride? No.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls. It is not only an honour and a privilege to be proposing this toast on this special occasion, it is also incredibly inconvenient, as I should have been speaking at a dinner where last year I received a standing ovation, the Southwest Hemorrhoid Society. Within the last 2 weeks I have spoken at the local Alcoholics Anonymous and Gay Liberation Societies, so I would like to apologise to anyone who has heard my speech before. May I welcome you all here today and thank you so very much for helping to make this day very special. I like to break my audiences down by age and sex. And it is obvious this afternoon that 30% have been broken down by age and 70% by sex. I have learned from market research that at occasions such as these, 25% of guests listen intently to what's going on, 25% pay no attention at all, and 50% initially pay attention but then drift into some sort of sexual fantasy. So I am delighted that I will be providing 50% of you with some sexual satisfaction this afternoon. Sharon and I have been waiting for just over 30 years to tell this story about Kirsty's conception. But don't worry, it's not in great detail. In the mid-80s, I was fortunate enough to be area chairman of Round Table for Devon, and in that role we were invited to the annual Burns Night Supper of Totnes Round Table, and I responded to the toast to the guests. The evening was held at a perfect venue, Dartington Hall. The evening got even better when we arrived home, fairly late, and shall I say that even though it was January, we didn't need the electric blanket. When you've been married as long as we have, you will find that those sort of occasions are easily remembered even that long ago. You've guessed it. I remember it very well. 9 months later, you've guessed it, we, or shall I say Sharon, produced our only daughter as ordered. So when Sharon and I were again invited to the same function a few years later, with Sharon as area chairman for Ladies Circle, the organisation for wives of roundtablers, she was asked to respond to the toast for the guests. She recalled our previous visit and especially the outcome. But there was a sting in the tail. She said that when Kirsty gets married, we should be sending them the bill. So very shortly there might be a very large invoice on its way. We then decided that Sharon should have a contraceptive coil fitted. and it was working. And it was working fine until it started to pick up the local taxi CB radio station. I was then getting messages from both ends, one saying "not tonight, darling," the other saying "come in, rubber duck." We are honoured this afternoon to have a Premiership footballer with us, Ashley Barnes of Burnley. And as I am an ex-soccer referee, may I take this opportunity to correct 2 facts about me that players regularly got wrong. Firstly, as far as I know, I am not illegitimate. And secondly, it is only 1 letter wrong, but I'm actually a banker. Sharon and Kirsty would not let me wear my kilt, as they thought that I would continue to be asked, "Is anything worn under your kilt?" But obviously I would be able to point to Kirsty and say, "No, everything is in perfect working order." I've had to have my speech censored, and who better than my 2 ladies? There was one joke that they were very worried about, the one about 4 playing cards. The King of Hearts, the King of Spades, you've heard it already? The King of Hearts, the King of Spades, the King of Clubs, and the King of Diamonds. As soon as I mentioned this last joke, Sharon said there was no way I could use it. She said categorically that I could not tell that forking joke. So I will not be telling that forking story this afternoon. In preparing this toast, I wrote to Best Man Lammers to ask if I could use one of his jokes, or was he going to use them both? His reply was short and swift. "No, you can't." But I would have thought that an intelligent chap like Lammers would have known how to spell can't. The theme today is based around the wedding, and I thought the best way I could assist is maintaining and maybe prolonging their obvious love for each other is by passing on some tips that I have used over the many years that I've been married to my current wife. It keeps her on her toes. Always let her think she's having her own way, then let her have it. Use those 7 words which have the power to make any marriage run smoothly. "You know, dear, you may be right." To keep a marriage brimming with love, whenever you're wrong, admit it. Whenever you're right, shut up. Teach Kirsty how to switch off electric lights. In an argument, do not say, "If you continue as you're going now, I will poison your coffee." Because the husband will say, "If you continue the way you're going, I would willingly drink it." Make sure you go out for a romantic candlelit dinner every week. Sharon and I do. She goes Thursdays, I go Put a mirror on your bedroom ceiling. At least you can then see her having a headache. Have strobe lighting installed in your bedroom. It makes it look as though she's moving.
It's getting hot in here.
Never ask her in the morning if she faked it last night. She might say, "No, darling, I really was asleep." Whilst courting, Sharon and I were perfectly happy to go out for a walk on the beach on a pleasant summer's evening. We used to call that going for a bit of a blow, which I now understand has a slightly different meaning. If it is ever suggested that Ashley should have a heart pacemaker fitted, resist it if at all possible. A chum of mine had one, but it never has worked properly, and every time they make love, the garage door opens. The worst part is that his wife is telling everyone that they've only managed to get the car out once this year. During my research, I looked at the 3 key elements of wedding celebrations. Firstly, the aisle, the most important walk you'll ever make. Secondly, the altar, the place where two become one. And thirdly, the hymn to celebrate the marriage. I hope for Ashley's sake this explains why Kirsty was continually whispering this morning, "I'll alter him." I have no doubt that Ashley will make a first-class husband, but as a son-in-law, we'll have to see. Will he pop round to see us every Sunday, or will I have to continue to mow the lawn and wash my car?
Mow the lawn.
When a man opens the door of his car for his wife, you can be sure of one thing: either the car is new or the wife is. Laugh and the world laughs with you. Snore and you sleep alone. Never lie to each other. Man lies to woman, woman lies to man. But the best part is when they lie together. Fornication. For an occasion especially. Preparation is essential. This does not just happen, so I would like to sincerely thank all those of you who have helped in so many ways to make a very happy and successful day. The list is too long to mention, it really is, but you know who you are. And please accept our sincere thanks for everything you've done. I hope that Ashley's family agree that we've enjoyed meeting and working with them, and I would also like to thank them for their thoughtfulness and generosity. I would also like to thank the team at Trevenna, and my good friend Sam, as nothing has been too much trouble for them. We also appreciate the efforts that you have all made to be with us. There are guests from all of the UK and even Kiri and Greg from Canada. It's special that Sharon's family are here, but unfortunately Margaret, her sister-in-law, is not well and could not be with us. Mike, Sharon's brother, is here, and Mike, please take back our best wishes to Margaret. We are also very sorry that Ashley's nan did not feel well enough to be with us today. Please take our best wishes back to her as well. We now come to the main couple. We have known Ashley for over 3 years, and he is a kind, gentle, thoughtful giant who thinks the world of Kirsty. However, I have spotted some problems. One is that I will always have to look up to him for obvious reasons. Another is that he is a far better golfer than ever I will be, and he also has the same sense of humour as me. Lastly, I believe that he was born by caesarean section, and didn't think it had had any lasting effect until yesterday, when I noticed that he got out of his car through the sunshine roof. I'm extremely proud of my family, and none more than Kirsty, who is a super daughter and has lived life to the full. I am so thankful that she managed to inherit mainly Sharon's side of the gene pool, as she has blossomed into a beautiful, determined, intelligent, well-organised, caring, thoughtful person with a great sense of humour. She was a star gymnast and keen diver. She enjoyed clubbing and socialising and earned nicknames of Little Miss Chatterbox and Thirsty Kirsty. She has worked hard, enjoying a term with Virgin Atlantic as cabin crew, followed by a number of local jobs, and now has her first love as a hairdresser, together with deputising for Sharon at the Nuffield Hospital as a medical secretary. Preparing for today has sent me on a bit of a trip down memory lane, especially looking at some of the old photos and videos we have of Kirsty. Like the one where she was sitting on the living room floor, babbling away to herself, holding on to her bottle and trying to stand up and walk towards the camera. But she really did enjoy her 18th birthday party. I know I'm biased, but I've always thought that she'd make a beautiful bride. But I was wrong. She looks stunning. It now gives me great pleasure to propose a toast to a long life together and the happiness of Kirsty and Ashley. Please be upstanding and drink a toast to Kirsty and Ashley, bride and groom. All the very best. Cheers. All the best.
Is anyone else hot? Roasted. One of these doors at the back. You sure? Oh, we're a team now, aren't we? Still don't have an earpiece, though. Still don't have the earpiece, do I? Wow. That was beautiful, Dad. And that was emotional, to be honest. I've still got the bell, but you know, never mind. But it does give me great honour, and I'm over the moon that this guy's married my sister. Like my dad said, I'll always look up to him because I height as well, but I really look up to you, mate. I think you're a wonderful bloke, and it gives me great honour to introduce the groom, my sister's husband, and my brother-in-law, Ashley Gray.
Up with you. By me, not you. Chris, thanks a lot for your kind words there. I've only managed to say a few lines. Firstly, I just want to thank my father-in-law for his kind words. Also for welcoming me into your family ever since we first met at Totnes, where Kirsty was doing or walking the half marathon. And ever since then, I've always felt part of the family to you and Sharon. My wife and I. My wife and I would like to say a thank you to all of you lot who's made our day very special. For all you making the effort to come down today, all over the country, all over the world. It really means a lot for you lot to be part of this. I'd like to also raise a glass to friends and family that couldn't be here today. So if you'd like to raise your glasses, friends and family. I'd also like to thank everyone that has helped to this special day today. Mainly you, Chris, as you well and truly honoured the old school way of being the father of the bride, funding today. And also you, Kirsty, when I was away, working. Travelling or whatever we're doing. You've managed to save up so much money and not spend it on yourself. And also to my mum and dad for your kind generosity today. It really means a lot. And also you, Chris Band. All the amazing wedding stationery you've done looks fantastic. So any of you that's due to get wed, Chris is your man. I would like to thank Chris and Sharon for welcoming me into your family. Sharon, every Sunday you make amazing food. So if anyone's passing past Otter Bridge on a Sunday at 4 o'clock, she's your girl.
Wash my car.
And wash your car. And cut the lawn, apparently. Your kind generosity to me is truly amazing, and I couldn't ask for better in-laws. So thank you. Now I'd like to thank my mum and dad for bringing me up.
Come on. Slow down, it's fine.
Someone had to do it.
For the support and guidance and love you have given me over the last 32 years. I wouldn't be the man here today with some ups and downs.
Come on, Ash. Come on.
Well, I'm standing here the best man I've ever been. Also thanking you for welcoming Kirsty into our family. Mum and Dad, I can see that you see Kirsty as a daughter that you never had, and your relationship for me to see is amazing. I would like to thank my best man for the support and friendship you have given me over the years. We've had some tough times, but you've always been there for me, but not just me, Kirsty as well. Glenn, I think you see Kirsty as a daughter.
A daughter? A daughter?
I meant that. I definitely meant that. Glenn, I think you see Kirsty as a sister. And I love seeing the bond you and Kirsty have together. Glenn and Lammers, I'd like to thank you for an amazing stag do. It started off exactly how I wanted it, with a dildo strapped to my hand and a stripper to end off, which I think Dad loved more than anyone else, to be honest. Now for the bridesmaids. You all absolutely look stunning today.
Hey.
And on behalf of me and Kirsty, I would like to say a massive thank you for being part of our special day. And also to you, Lena, like your and Kirsty's friendships like sisters. And I think she worships the ground you work on, to be honest. Work on? Going down here, we're in it.
Walk on.
Walk on.
Walk on.
Lena, also thank you for organising Kirsty's hen do, which I know she absolutely loved, and to all the girls for your love and support while I was working away. She is blessed having an amazing group of girlfriends that you are. Thank you to our nieces, Megan and Darcy. You both looked amazing today, walking behind Kirsty down the aisle. And also the Page boys, Jacob and Isaac, who look very smart today.
Hey.
Now, would you now I'd ask you all to join me in toasting to the bridesmaid who look amazing, like I said. So to the bridesmaids. Tim, I want to say thank you for accepting our offer of being Masters of Ceremony. We both really appreciate you doing it, and you're doing a brilliant job. Michael Buffer, I think, needs to watch out, doesn't he? Yeah. I think I'm going to repeat what Chris has said. A big thank you to the Trevenna team. I think me and you worked well together organising today. No, I'm only joking, Kirsty. The venue looks absolutely amazing. You should be very proud of what you've done today. Now it takes me to my beautiful wife. You looked absolutely stunning today. You took my breath away when I turned to you at the aisle. Kirsty, you mean the world to me, and you truly are my perfect match. I love you so much. Look at Peggy, look.
Just breathe.
I've been to many weddings before, mainly single, and I always notice the grooms like talk about their wife and say that they're best friends, and I always sit there thinking, is he fucking saying this? Sloppy git. But no, I can truly say, Kirsty, you are my best friend, and I can see where previous grooms are coming from, and I'll be lost without you. So now is when I speak of me and Kirsty when we first met. I know a lot of you may have romantic tales to tell, but now it's the 21st century and it's all about dating apps. i.e. Tinder, and yes people, this is how we first met. Kirsty may say different, but this is it. We both swiped right, and my first chat line was, "You're a salty potato." Ever since then we've never looked back, have we? Now can you please join me in raising a glass to my wife and the new Mrs. Gray. It's over and done with.
Well done.
Your brother and Lama.
Yeah.
They both do.
Can we get the microphone out for the best one?
Yeah, come up here and they stand down now.
They need it between them.
Yeah. Right, okay, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? In case you haven't noticed, and this is no indirect message to the bride and groom when I say fuck the bell. I've got Scotland Yard and MI5 on here. We all right? We good to go? I feel like a new man.
Your vocation.
I have found my vocation. Yesterday, I was a plumber. When I turned up here yesterday, I started doing arts and craft with me mother, and now I'm a wall decorator / wedding planner / special agent. Oh, I can just do anything with this on now. Oh, it's brilliant. And the sun's coming out. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce the next people to make a speech, which are the best men. And that is Lammers and Glenn.
Good afternoon, ladies and gents, family and friends. A quick introduction. This is Glenn, Ash's younger brother, and now the only single available great. They do say the best will last. And I'm Lee, or Lammers as some of you may know me, Ash's older, slightly greyer mate, and I am reminded most days of that. I would like to thank each and every one of you for joining this weekend to celebrate the most exciting day in Ash and Kirsty's lives, the newlyweds. Woo! But most of all, I would like to thank both sets of parents for their help and support in helping Kirsty and Ash arrange the perfect day that we are all proud to be part of. We all know why we're here today, to celebrate this very special occasion that Ash and Kirsty have laid on for everybody, an open bar.
I would just like to thank the chief bridesmaids, or bridesmaid, Nina, for getting Kirsty down the aisle. I know, Kirsty, if you can live with 2 great brothers, you can definitely live with 1. Secondly, I'd just like to thank and say how beautiful the barmaids look. I mean bridesmaids. Lena, I'll see you later on. I'd also just like to say how beautiful my daughter looks, Megan. She looks absolutely amazing today. I'm so proud of you and I love you to bits.
Yeah. Oh, man.
They say the best man's speech is the groom's worst 5 minutes of the day. However, the bride's worst 5 minutes comes later on tonight. So Ash, don't forget the tablets. I've seen at home that help you last the extra 5 minutes. You didn't know anything about that, did you? I haven't seen them. Let's move on to the speech. Now to say, we both felt a lot of pressure over writing this. The pressure was multiplied this morning when Ashley pulled me one side and said, Glenn, if you do a really good speech today, I promise you, you can be the best man at my next wedding. So the pressure was on. Ashley Gray, born 31st of July 1984, weighing £8.6 and 5'10". There was a lot of funny stories behind Ashley's past, but I had to keep it clean, unfortunately. But going up to Chris's speech, I should have gone a little bit more ruthless. One memory was of Ashley, his childhood friend Natalie Band. One day, they were up, both out playing, climbing trees, as Natalie showed Ashley up by climbing higher than him. Ashley's jealousy side got the better of him, and with Natalie's back turned, he decided the best thing to do was to push Natalie from the tree. Landing awkwardly, she dislocated her elbow. Hang on. Ashley, being the kind, gentle, friendly man we all know, turned his back on Natalie and ran away crying all the way. Thanks for sticking by him, Natalie, by the way. As Ashley grew up, so did his maturity, you would think. Whilst on a lad's holiday to Benidorm, where the only thing on the lad's mind was to soak up the sun, dip in the sea, and have lots of sangria, of course. Whilst a night out turned eventful for Ashley, with a girl looking for the same thing, sangria. We're not going into too much detail, things got a little bit passionate. Ashley got a little ahead of himself. No, I don't mean letting himself go in his boxes, which he has done in the past. He then grabbed the girl, launched her onto the bed with a loud scream from the lucky lady. She then shouted in to stop, and it turned out he threw her so hard onto the bed she actually dislocated her hip. But Ashley, the now more mature, older and helpful man, and still after his little bit of sangria, took the girl on a walk to try and walk it off so that he could carry on from where he'd left off. Throwing girls out of trees or onto beds a couple of years ago on a night out in Plymouth. Ashley also liked to throw himself into a bush. Everyone who knows Ashley knows he is very easily led. After a group of his friends threw themselves in a bush, Ashley decided that doing it once wasn't enough and went back for a second run. Overshot the jump and the bush, Ashley hit his face, landing heavily against the railing. 3 grand later and 2 new teeth. I'd like to think Ashley has grown up a little bit now since meeting Kirsty.
They say being asked to be best man is like being asked to sleep with the Queen. It's a great honour and a privilege, but really it's a job nobody wants. Before anybody says anything, they'll think to school there. I never used to do homework with her, or anything like that. However, I was very honoured when Ash asked me to be his best man with his brother, until I realised I had to write a speech and read it out in front of his family and closest friends. I can honestly say I was quite anxious when it came to writing the speech, until I was reminded that you just have to tell stupid stories about the group, and was instantly relieved, as you, Ash, have many to choose from. My only challenge was thinning them down, mate, as we only have one day. Ash, over the last 10 years, as we have grown closer, spending many a drunken Saturday night out and hungover rounds of golf on a Sunday morning, I soon looked at you as my younger, trendier brother that I never really wanted. But I am led to believe that if I'd met you earlier in life, this wouldn't have been the case. Kirsty, I'm not sure you'd have looked twice at the lad, but I will leave this up to you to decide. And once you've finished, there's a little bit of photographic evidence there. I soon learnt Ash was the kind of lad who liked to deal. In a bit of buying and selling, we'd often jump into something with both feet and worry about the repercussions later. Cars, bikes, jet skis, and even dogs, you name it. Ash could buy it and sell it at a loss without even trying. Even when he was working at the garage to earn money, he saw an opportunity when 2 gypsies turned up selling flat screen TVs.
Do you remember that?
Ash smelled a bargain and not danger. He looked at the TV in the box and handed over his money and watched as the transit van drove off. Chuffed with his purchase, he carried it into the garage and removed it from the box, only to realise that he had been fleeced and the TV was weighty due to it being full of bricks. But I think the most random phone call I received from Ash was when he called me one day to let me know he was leaving work early to pick up a dog to help him stay in evenings and stop spending all his money down Barracuda. This surprised me after some of his experiences with dogs in the past. Ash being Ash, travelled to collect the puppy, Wolf, unprepared for what he was getting. Being trustworthy, he took the owner's word he was buying a perfect house-trained dog. The dog came to its new home, and just to complicate matters, Ash decided to give it a new name. And it wasn't long before you could see him being dragged around the streets of Plymouth for leaving a run by the wolf. It soon became apparent that Ash and Zuki, Lola, did we get a name for the end of it?
Still running around.
Weren't going to be a match made in heaven, as every evening arriving home from work, Ash was slowly being eaten out of house and home. Doors, skirting boards, stairs, you name it, any kind of wood it wanted, it ate. So unable to leave the dog at home, Ash took it to a barbecue at Paul and Carol's and put it straight out in the garden, not realising the dog would head straight for the decking for a munch and managed to get stuck under it. So 4 hours later, 2 packs of bacon and everyone trying to entice it out, there was no option but to take the decking apart. Needless to say, Lola's days were numbered, but unlike his previous breakups, Ash was sad to see this dog go. So a trip to Gable Cats's Dog Show, a £100 donation and an emotional goodbye, Ash was dog-free and back then his beloved Barracuda. Plus a £200 carpentry bill, he was once again out of pocket. So Kirsty, if you have any aspirations of having a family pet later in married life, don't get too attached. It's not going to be around for long. And ladies and gents, a bit of advice to you all. If you're having a clear out and you have any second-hand cars, electrical items, doesn't matter if they work, or any unwanted pets, just bide your time. Wait until Ash is 8 pints in later at the bar and you will have a guaranteed sale. I do have to say though, Ash, just how lucky you are. You will leave here today with a beautiful wife who is warm, loving and caring. And Kirsty, just how lucky you are as well. You leave here today having gained a lovely dress and a wonderful bouquet.
We just have a couple of messages from people that can't be here today, unfortunately. One from Nam, who says, have a very special day. Sorry I can't be there to celebrate it with you. See you very soon. Love, Nam.
Ash and Kirsty, sorry we couldn't be there at the beautiful ceremony. Can't wait to see you later to celebrate the big day. Love you loads, Coco and Soph.
Also, good luck on the future with your new wife. You always know the back door is open if you want to pop in, and that's from Elton John.
And to Dr. Gray, congratulations on your wedding day with your new wife. Don't be a stranger. Pop in and see us all soon. Love all the girls at Temptation.
On a more serious and sincere note, it has been a great privilege for us both to have been asked your best man, and I hope we haven't let you down.
No.
Ash, it's been an absolute pleasure to get to know you the last 10 years. We have had so many good times together, and I look forward to many more in the future. I know you're a kind-hearted man who will do anything to help anybody, and are always there for me. I know how much you wanted to meet Miss Wright and start to plan the rest of your life with her, and I'm so happy that you found that in Kirsty. It's clear to everybody you are perfect together. So I've got two pieces of advice, one which Chris said earlier, but as being a married man, when you're wrong, admit it, and when you're right, keep your mouth shut. And you know your marriage is in trouble if your wife says you're only interested in one thing, and your first thought is when your next game of golf is.
Ash is my brother, my best friend, and has been there whenever I've needed him. I know how much Kirsty means to him, and I couldn't think of a better person to call my sister-in-law. Welcome to our family. Ashley idolises you, Kirsty, and he will make a great husband, and when the time comes, an amazing father to your children. We wish you both the very best for your future. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding and raise your glasses. I'll give to you all the new Mr. and Mrs. Gray. Kirsty and Ashley.
stand. Come on to the sea. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. Everybody, come on. Darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Will I be every time I want to stand by me? Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. 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 Can we get it one more time? Stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Ladies and gentlemen, the bottom of the first dance.
Happiness hit her like a train on a track, coming towards her